What up, Super Fun Force? That's Captain Gamesta, and today I want to talk quickly about the new Beyblade X UX line really quickly, and how I think it's kind of copying Dynamite Battle, but not doing it as well. So I'm going to be a little hesitant on this one. Basically, we're starting off here with UX01 Dran Buster. I still think Dran Sword is the best all-around attack Beyblade, which you can also modify to be a little bit more, I guess, balanced or stationary attacker. I haven't had enough time to play with Dran Dagger yet, so we'll see. I really like Dran Sword. This Dran Buster, interesting, but the first thing, it's very much a copycat of my favorite Beyblade from GT, or my top two, because I like Dragon, and I also like Busta Excalibur, which this basically is. How much more on the nose can you get? It's literally called Dran Buster, and it has the sword edge right here. Now, Buster Excalibur is better because Buster Excalibur had plastic all around, where this one is basically metal. And then you have the metal of Buster Excalibur concentrated on the attack point. So therefore, you'd really get a super strong attack if it connected. This one, I'm sure it does make somewhat of a difference, but again, not as, to me, just not as thematic and as cool, right? And obviously, it doesn't have the Excalibur theme. So I'll probably pass on this one for a little bit. We'll see how it works. I think Dran Sword and Dran Dagger are good enough. But again, if you haven't played, I would recommend this Beyblade. If you haven't played GT, sadly, you never had an Excalibur, or even Dynamite Battle, if you never had get your hands on one of those, then I guess this could kind of fulfill it. But otherwise, I suggest if you get enough players, man, and you have the money and stuff, you should go back and play GT and of course DB, and just build a small team. And try to get those stadiums while they're still available. They're only going to get more rare over time. And then the other thing about the UX is these, like supposedly the clips where you hook up the launcher are plastic now. So I'm a little bit sketch on that. I don't know if it's going to be worse. Takara Tomy claims that it's going to change the center of gravity, meaning I guess all the weight will be concentrated to the outer now, centrifugal force. But does that make this weaker? I mean, it could be more fragile, right? We'll have to wait and see after a couple of releases, or when these come out, if people are playing it a lot and noticing that maybe there's some, I guess, increased wear and tear, hopefully no breakage. So I'm going to be a little bit skeptical on that. And then basically the driver is called, or the bit is called Excel. It looks like just another flat type one. The ratchet has a little bit more of a protrusion here towards this section as well. And then let's go take a look at the other ones coming out. Here's a dual set with it picture, and this is the Wizard Rod. And this one is oh my gosh, what was that defense? This is a copy of this bit is a copy of that driver. Is it called defense? I got it in metal in DB in a repackage, but it's also kind of like Universe. Yeah, I want to say Universe Yard, right? Again, for those who've played GT and DB. But again, it doesn't look as good. And I think the way they're making the gearing come down more is actually creating more of a problem for wear and tear. So that's another thing I've not been too keen on. So I want to see how that evolves past the UX line. And again, you can see the top is all plastic, which this, it's going to make them, I think my other prediction is like most of them might be lighter, right? Because this one too looks really, really thin. So in a way, that kind of goes with one of the secrets I found out about Dynamite Battle, is that a lighter Beyblade can actually have more stamina for various reasons, especially with the proper distribution of weight and the building of parts. So this one looks like it's all about just allocating weight to the outer perimeter of you can see the bit here, the ratchet, and then of course the blade. So we'll see how this one does. Again, looks like it's going to be really lightweight. We'll see if you can take some hits. The problem is obviously if it's light and extreme in Beyblade X, it can get knocked around a lot easier because of the extreme dash line. And then let's take a closer look at it by itself. There it is again. I liked Wizard Arrow, the initial one, because the thing about the original Wizard Arrow, it's almost like a mini Buster Excalibur without being so on the nose. It's also very similar to, it also copied, I think it was Sagittario from the original Beyblade. So again, you can already see that they're basically copying a lot of the older designs. I want to see more innovation. I think DB had the best innovation. From GT to DB and BU had the most unique gimmicks and innovation for thematics, fun, and competitiveness. This one again, I don't know. We'll see. This just looks like a bunch of like similar stuff we've gotten before. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Last one coming up now is the Scythe or Skull Rod. This one kind of has like a cool futuristic look to it, I have to say. These little details on it actually makes a difference. Like these little engraved grave marks here, these little like circles, these little slots. It makes it look kind of like futuristic. Like if it wasn't for this like flaming skull, they could have made it some kind of cool like sci-fi theme. It could have been like a mecha robot or something like that. So this one has a super weird, I've seen pictures online of the bit. It's like a weird like cross shape, pattern design or whatever. So we'll see how that works. The other thing is I feel like this one's is getting weaker because they're exposing too much plastic. So the problem is, since it's supposed to be a primarily metal line of product, having this metal hit against this plastic just means that your Beyblade's gonna break more, right? Like it's gonna be actually weaker. So that's another downside to me. I'm not gonna buy these right away. I'm gonna wait and see how they perform and, in the real world and, the durability and stuff like that before I, get my hands on any of them and review them if I decide to. And lastly, the way that they're claiming these to work is basically the Dran sword. This will be a little bit more. So supposedly the Dran sword is supposed to be a like the Buster Excalibur, like the one hit, obviously the one hit smash attack, and then the hammer scythe is supposed to be they're saying it's supposed to be a force smash or a constant hit attack, and this is obviously a stamina. It's going to try to win by final spin. So we'll see how it works, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you guys impressed? What do you think about Beyblade X so far? What are your favorite combinations that you're using? And let me know if you'll be picking any of these up. All right, don't forget, keep your face safe, prayers, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. We'll be coming back at you. Peace.